You're watching The Whole Living Show on Trajectory TV.
You're stronger now than you ever been. You gotta leave now, it's time to catch the wind. You will climb up high and look through the clouds. And when you're feeling low, I know you'll bounce back. Oh, and just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just hold me. Just hold me. Just hold me. Just hold me.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of The Whole Living Show. It is Hump Day Wednesday, and I hope that you are having an amazing week thus far. It's a holiday weekend. We are almost at Memorial Day. So I hope for those of you who are employed that you will get a nice long weekend this weekend. Do something for yourself. Take care of yourself this weekend. Do something fun as well. I hope that you will do that this nice long holiday weekend. So tonight's show is about having fun, fitness, and just whole living at any age. So we're going to talk about this. But first, I want to show you a clip of the beautiful Martha Stewart and her Sports Illustrated cover at 81 years old. Just look at this video, though, of her interview. I love this.
Okay, we can't wait any longer, and neither can Martha. Ladies and gentlemen, you ready?
I'm ready. Hit it.
Introducing this year's Sports Illustrated swimsuit cover model, Martha Stewart.
Wait, what?
Seeing it for the very first time. Martha, what do you think?
I like that picture.
Yes.
I would think so.
I would say, love, you want to come over and chat
Sure,
for a
I'd
moment?
love to be with you.
Oh my gosh.
It's so I'm sort of shaking.
Yes.
Because it's odd to go to an island and then get changed into 9 different bathing suits in one day in front of all those people. And it turned out okay.
It turned out more than okay. Okay, just back up a little bit. So, Sports Illustrated calls you up and says, "Hey, we have an idea."
In November.
Yeah, tell us.
And said in January, end of January, you have to be ready to pose for the cover of Sports Illustrated, and that was a kind of a request that I've never had before. and to be on the cover at my age was a challenge. And I think I met the challenge.
In what way?
Well, I didn't starve myself, but I didn't eat any bread or pasta for a couple of months. I went to Pilates every other day, and that was great. The Pilates, I'm still going to Pilates every other day because it's so great. And I live a clean life anyway, pretty, good diet and good exercise. and healthy skincare and all of that stuff. But it was kind of fun.
I mean, look, Martha, this is incredible.
Oh my
Come
gosh.
on.
I mean, they were prodding me and pinching me and pouring water over my head.
Yeah,
and
what are some of the tricks and stuff that they do while they're on a photo shoot?
There's no tricks, actually. No tricks. I mean, they tell you look okay. I mean, that's nice. They sort of reinforce that it's okay to be doing what you're doing.
You look incredible.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, 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 yes. So I don't know if you're celebrating the way I am internally, but I'm celebrating this because I always say that I'm going to live to 100, at least 100. And I love that she's doing this at 81 years old. There's no age limit to what you can do, right? So I love that she took the challenge on at 81 and decided to do this. She looked amazing. She looked absolutely amazing. I love all the different looks that they showed in this video. I love the actual cover as well. She looks great. They did some playful things with her hair, and you saw it in that video. They were pouring water on her. You know, she took it all in stride. I mean, look at this. Look at this picture. She looks beautiful, and her hair looks very playful. You know, she looks very youthful as well. But at 81 years old, she is just not taking anything. She's like, I'm gonna do this. And if you go further in this interview, you'll see that she used to model. She did used to model as a younger woman in her earlier years. So she knew how to pose already, honestly. But it looks like she was having a great time. And to be out there, you have to endure a modeling shoot. It's not easy. It looks easy when we all see the final pictures, right? But it's not easy because you have so many different wardrobe changes and hair changes and, touch-ups on makeup and people, all surrounding you with lighting. And it's not easy to do what she did and to be out there for hours, but she did it. And she looks beautiful. And I love that Sports Illustrated even took this on to state to us women, so everybody out there, we can do this at any age. You look good at any age. So don't worry about, the number. Just get out there and do it. And I love also that Martha mentioned that she was doing Pilates and is continuing now after this, and also just making sure that she eats right and she's got great skincare. So this is what I want to talk about tonight. Just being able to live at any age, to take care of ourselves at any age, to do what we want unapologetically at any age. So I have a 93-year-old grandmother. She is still very cognizant, still very mobile, and still very, very feisty. She is, that's right, doing what we want at any age. And she is 93, doing and saying what she wants at 93 years old. She still lives on her own, though she is surrounded in our hometown by family, but she still lives on her own and doing very much by herself. And I mean, she's still quite feisty and quite cognizant of everything that's going on. So I just love the longevity that you can have when you take care of yourself. And she eats well, and she gets out on her porch and she does some fitness. She's always doing some movement. When the weather's good, she gets out and she takes a walk. So, these are the things that we need to do to take care of ourselves. And if you guys missed our other show last night, Femme Talk, we were talking about, Summer Body Blitz. But I wanted to bring the age factor in this because I loved what Martha Stewart did. And I also wanted to mention the beautiful Tina Turner, who has now left us, but she was amazing as well and looked amazing. She was one of the most fit women out there, okay? And Tina Turner made sure that she stayed in shape, that she kept herself in shape, and she was still performing. That's right, rest in power, Tina. She was a powerhouse entertainer. She was always out there moving and dancing and super, super fit. And she was performing, up until the very end. So I just wanted to give some respect and love to Tina Turner as well, because we're talking here tonight just about living at any age. And she definitely lived a quite colorful life, but she took care of herself and she looked amazing doing what she was doing in the entertainment business. So I wanted to mention her as well. So let's just talk a little bit about what it means to live, everybody, to just live. So there's another woman that I loved who passed away at 99 years old, and that was Betty White. Absolutely loved her. She was one of the funniest women, one of the funniest comedians out there. But I read an interview of hers very close to what was approaching her 100th birthday, and she did not quite make it there. She passed away a little before her 100th birthday. But she talked about living unapologetically. So this is what I want to start with. Because though when you live unapologetically, that's the piece that brings you the joy, the solace, the peace, right? When you're living unapologetically. And I can remember reading about her, and she said that she unapologetically drinks vodka and eats hot dogs. That was something, those were two things that she loved, and she continued to do it. And she unapologetically continued working, doing what she loved, and that was acting. And she was working up until the day she passed away as well. So at 99 years old, she was still working. She was still getting booked, and she was still working and still loving what she was doing. But I love just the simple fact of saying, you know what, I'm going to live my life the way I see fit, the way that I want to. And that brings you real joy and real peace. And happiness can be temporary, but joy is forever. Joy is something that's internal. And when you can live the life that you really desire to live, and you can do it unapologetically without feeling like you owe anybody anything about your own life and what you choose to do with it, that's the power. That's the power. And I believe, and I'm just going to put that out there, I believe that that's where longevity comes in too, because you're doing exactly what you want in this life. That's right. You owe no one. You owe no one. So do what you want. So live unapologetically. I guarantee you will be a lot happier when you do. So I wanted to mention that first. The other thing that I wanted to mention is to celebrate yourself. You know, oftentimes we're just moving throughout our days, and we're doing, you know, whether it's working, if you like what you're doing or not. But a lot of times we don't stop to really celebrate ourselves, celebrate, you know, the small wins, the big wins, the people that we love, you know, the time that we have by ourselves, right? Celebrate yourself, celebrate, do things that, again, fill your heart with joy, and celebrate those things that you are accomplishing throughout the day. If it's nothing more than, and this is not a small one, right? But if it's nothing more than just waking up in the morning and being able, to plant your feet on the floor and move, right? Celebrate those things. I have a gratitude journal that is on my nightstand that sits by my bed. And I'll have to be honest, right? Transparent moment here. I was doing it before I moved, and then I kind of stopped because I was kind of in move mode, and then I was in work mode, and I stopped, but I started back up again. So I set it right back on my nightstand so that I can make sure that I just write down what I'm grateful for every night. And some of those things are big things, and some of those things are small things, but always grateful. So that's my third point. Practice gratitude. You know, as you are living unapologetically, as you are celebrating yourself, practice gratitude. You'll get so much out of it when you start to identify the things that you're grateful for in a day. And listen, nobody can tell you that, you know, it has to be, you know, one thing or the other, that it needs to be something big. Something big doesn't have to happen for you to express gratitude. Every little thing should be expressed, right? Because you're still here, you're still living, you're still thriving, you're still vibrant. So you want to be able to express the gratitude for those things. Like I have in my journal, and I don't know if my son is listening, but, you know, just to see him smile makes me grateful. Right. So part of what I put in my gratitude journal was just having my son smile, you know, every day. So to see him smile makes me happy, and to see him happy makes me happy. So that's one thing that I celebrate in my journal, and that I'm grateful for. So get yourself a journal and start to write down those things. I guarantee you it's going to start to change your life. And then go back sometimes and reflect on it and take a look at, you know, what you said that you are grateful for. And in those times of sadness, challenges, darkness, grab the journal and start to look at the things that you're grateful for, big or small. I guarantee you it will change your mood. It will change your attitude. It will change how you feel in that moment. So keep that gratitude journal close to you, and, you know, work on it every day, or as much as you possibly can. I guarantee you it'll change your life. So I want to switch gears a little bit just to start talking about, living healthy. You heard Martha say on that video, she was talking about doing Pilates. Now, I don't know if any of you have tried Pilates, but Pilates is not an easy thing to do. So for Martha to be out at 81 in a Pilates studio, I would imagine, and she didn't say all of this in the video, right? I'm just imagining, work with me here. I can see her in this Pilates studio. And in most of the studios, right, they have the Pilates machine. So it helps you a little bit, but they are not easy. I've done them. They're not easy. They're amazing though for, your joints, for your back, for your core. It helps you to get an amazing workout, but it's not easy. So at 81, I just applaud her for being out there and doing the Pilates. But I want to mention, keeping the body in motion. We were talking about this last night on Fem Talk, being able to keep your body in motion, whether it's, walking, doing Pilates, doing calisthenics, running, swimming, whatever that is. You want to make sure that you are staying in motion, doing things that, keep you moving, that keeps your blood circulating, that keeps your heart pumping during the daytime so that it can get the pumping during the daytime and resting at night. You want to keep your body in motion. And I see the end. I see the end there, but keep your body in motion. We want to make sure that we do that, everybody, so that we can thrive. Yes, so that we can thrive, not just survive. You want to thrive. And being able to exercise and keep your body in motion helps you to do exactly that. It helps you to thrive. Thank you so much. I see a comment out there from Mr. Satchel. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. But we are talking about thriving. So I know Mr. Satchel out there, we talk about, just life and living life and doing it, unapologetically at any age. That's what we're talking about tonight. Fun, fitness, and whole living at any age. And you want to make sure that, you are living. I can tell you right now, I'm going to tell on myself, right? I'm 52 years old, but I can tell you, and I'm proud to say this and happy to say this, that I don't have pain. I don't have any joint pain. I don't have any back pain. I don't have any hand pain. Yeah, that's right. 52 years young. I don't have any pain. And that I attribute to taking care of myself and living unapologetically now, at this age, and doing the things that it takes to make sure that my body stays in motion, for one, but make sure that my body's thriving. I put in the good stuff. So, you put in the good stuff, you take out the good stuff, you put garbage in, garbage comes out, right? And you start to have illness and pain. And so I can proudly say that I am not in that position, and I'm a cancer survivor. So I know what it is to have illness. However, I changed my life because I want to live and I want to thrive and I want to continue, as I mentioned earlier, to see my son smile. And hopefully I'll get to the point where I have some grandkids so I can see them smile as well. Too early for that right now, but at some point in my son's life, I hope that he gives me grandkids, because like I said, I plan to live to 100. So unless God, has other plans for me, that's the plan there. And I see Mr. Satchel here is saying that he has a pinched nerve. All right. So we're going to have to talk about that, because you want to be able to thrive. You want to be able to feed the nerve. And I know that you are also a cancer survivor. So you want to be able to take care of your body and live well. So let's talk about some of the things that you can do that are going to allow you to thrive. So I want to talk about the food first for a moment. So of course, I can't go without talking about water, you guys, and make sure you drink water. Half your body weight in fluid ounces every day, or 4 ounces an hour, that I learned from my amazing mentor. But you want to make sure that you are consuming water. Your body is made of mostly water, almost 80% of water. So you want to be able to give your body exactly what it needs. So get the water in, drink the water. But I want to talk about some different things too. So there are some things that you can do that are going to allow you to digest your food properly, that are going to help you to be vibrant and thrive. So one of those things I want to mention that I did not talk about last night is fermented foods. Ooh. Some people don't like them. But the fermented foods are going to allow you to digest properly, and they're going to put good bacteria in your body. So some of those fermented foods are things like sauerkraut, which I absolutely love. I eat it by itself, and I'm talking about not, I'm not going to mention any brands, but I'm not talking about sauerkraut that's loaded with sugar and all these other additives and things. I'm talking about pure fermented sauerkraut that has the probiotics in it that are, yes, num 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 is right. It tastes really good, and the only thing that's in my sauerkraut is some salt. Right, it does have salt in it, but you need that for the fermenting process. You need that for the fermenting process. But the sauerkraut is a great way. Yeah, I was looking at that and like, not on a hot dog. A hot dog is not a part of any food group. So if you can, Mr. Satchel, I'm going to ask you to stop eating hot dogs. Nothing against the hot dog companies. They're just not good. It's not real food. So please stop eating the hot dogs. That is not going to nourish anything at all. So, but I know traditionally, right? Especially in our culture, that's what we like to do, put sauerkraut on a hot dog. So, but get the sauerkraut in, right? Non-compromised sauerkraut so that you can help your gut. So fermented foods, other fermented foods are things like kimchi and kombucha. Kombucha is another one that I love, and that usually that's in the form of a drink. It's a fermented tea, but also a good way for you to get the good bacteria in your body. And if you don't want to eat any of those things because you're like, I just absolutely do not like it, because remember I said we are living unapologetically. So if there's something that you don't like, don't do it, okay? Just don't do it. But you got to make sure that you get things in that are going to help your body. So if you want to do a probiotic and you don't like the fermented foods, then you can go out and buy an actual probiotic. As I mentioned yesterday, I like to do the ones that are liquid, that have a lot of the bacteria, the good bacteria in them. A lot of the cultures, I do one that has like 50 million cultures in it. So you make sure that you are getting the good stuff in to fight everything that's happening in your gut. And I like to take it at night because you allow it to activate at night while you are resting, so that your body is restoring itself and it's restoring your gut while you're resting. So there's one on the market that's called BioK. I absolutely love it. Listen, I'm not promoting BioK, but I'm promoting it because it's what I use. So I like to tell people what I actually use, but it's a liquid. So it's going to go to your bloodstream faster, get into your gut faster. So get out there, get yourself a probiotic. The other thing that I wanted to mention that my beautiful sister on Fem Talk was eating yesterday is the fruit, the melons, the pineapples, the watermelons. Those things will help keep you hydrated. They'll help to cool down your body. We talked about this yesterday, but I also wanted to mention it here today because the fruit is what's going to help your body get the proper nutrition. It's going to help you to stay pH balanced as well. And it's just a great way to refresh yourself, especially if you're in a climate that is warm. Right now, I'm in the northeast, the southeast rather, of the United States. I was thinking about New Jersey, everybody, but I'm in the southeast of the United States, and it's warm here at this time of year. So I love to get the just refreshing fruit in. I know I'm getting the vital, vibrant vitamins and nutrients that I need while still just doing something that I enjoy. So get your fruit in, everybody. And I just lost my train of thought. Might be having a 52-year-old moment for a second here because there was something that I was thinking about and I lost it, but it'll come back to me. No worries about that. So I mentioned also drinking lemon water in the morning. You want to get that in also to just help your body pH balance. You want to do that. And that's what it was. I wanted to talk about, being alkaline versus being acidic. So this is not something that we talked about yesterday, but I want to talk about that here now because your body needs to be pH balanced and your pH levels should be even. So if you're looking at a pH scale where you can monitor your pH levels, you want to be at a 7, or sometimes you can get the measurements where it goes by color. And usually that color is like a soft green color, but you want to make sure that your body is in balance. So illness thrives in an acidic body. Illness cannot survive in an alkaline body, in a pH balanced body. So that is why, and this is at the cellular level, and you want to be able to attack disease and illness and things that try to infiltrate your body, those foreign things that shouldn't be there. You want to be able to attack them at the cellular level. So you want to make sure that you're keeping your body alkaline as much as possible, keeping it balanced. There's food out there that you can consume that's going to give you some alkalinity. And lo and behold, when I was doing research on alkaline foods, the avocado has the highest pH levels in it. Who knew? It's a great fat, but it's also a great way to help pH balance your body. You can eat an avocado every day. It's a good source of fat for you, and it's a good source of pH. It's about 12.7, I think. But go look that up. But it's about 12.7. It's one of the highest. It's higher than lemons. It's higher than pineapples. So you want to make sure that you're getting in the avocados daily. But eat your alkaline food. And I would say get it from your food. And if you have an ionizer in your home or a portable one, then that's the way you get it from your water. I would not suggest using the alkaline water that's on the market. Okay, any of them. I'm not going to suggest any of them. Just make sure you're getting it from your food so that you can pH balance your body. The other way to be able to pH balance your body is to cleanse. What? Yes, cleansing helps to pH balance your body. And why it does that is because you're removing all the toxicity out of your body. And if you start to replenish with the good vegetables and fruit and all the food that has the vital nutrients in it, you're going to help to pH balance your body. So as you are releasing all the toxicity, you can start to change the acidic versus alkaline in your body. So yes, cleansing helps to remove toxicity, and cleansing is great. Let's just talk about cleansing for a moment. Cleansing is great to remove the toxicity, but it removes all the bad food that you're consuming. Yes. But it also can remove things like heavy metals, radiation, things that you're absorbing in your skin, things that you're getting from around your environment, all the chemicals that we breathe in on a regular basis. Cleansing allows you to start to clear those out. And because we're doing this on a regular basis, because we're consuming and absorbing and breathing in things all the time, you want to make sure that you cleanse on a regular basis as well. If you want to know what you can use to cleanse, just reach out to me on the Whole Living Show page, and I can help you out with that. We can figure out what fits your needs for your body and for your lifestyle so that you can cleanse and get all the junk out. I was mentioning that it's like cleansing is like Liquid Drano. So for those of us who are older, who remember those old Liquid Drano commercials where you had like all the sludge coming off of the pipes, off the side and everything with the Liquid Drano. So that's exactly what cleansing does to your digestive system, to your intestinal tract. So you want to make sure that you're constantly cleansing. All right, so we're going to take a quick commercial break. We're going to come back. We're going to talk about fun, fitness, and whole living at any age, everybody. We're going to keep this conversation going. I appreciate you being here, and don't go anywhere. We will be right back. Hey, everybody. So I don't know if you saw my head bobbing as I was coming back in here, but I'm constantly moving when I'm, listening to the commercials because I love music and I love the music on the commercials. So I'm constantly moving. So I want to talk a little bit about that because it's just put me in the mind of it. But when you talk about, having fun, implementing fitness and doing things that you really love and thriving at any age, I was thinking about dancing because it's something that I love to do. I absolutely love listening to music and I love dancing. I don't care how goofy I look when I'm dancing. I just love to do it. There was this challenge that some kids put out there and it kind of went viral. And there's a song called Free Mind. And people know it as like the 5 a.m. song, right? But there was a dance that kids were doing off of this song. I still have not gotten my son to do this dance with me, but one day he's going to do it with me. So I was practicing the dance. I probably look really goofy because at my age, and I couldn't get all the moves, but I got some of them. But I was just enjoying it. And, when you think about thriving at any age and enjoying yourself and just having fun, those are the goofy things that you should do. And actually, dance is a great way to get in some fitness. It's a way for you to have fun while you're doing it. It's a great way for you to laugh, to kick up those endorphins in your body and reduce the stress. So dance, laugh, have fun, do the things that you really love. I can remember, I'm gonna go back a little bit because there were so many things that I loved doing when I was younger that I need to start implementing again. But things like roller skating, or riding bikes on a trail, or just, again, going to a party and laughing and dancing and having fun. I used to do dance challenges when I was younger. So when I was younger, I'm going to tell you a little story. When I was younger, I used to practice the same way I was practicing that kid's video, even though I'm 52, but the same way I was practicing that kid's video, I used to look at some of the videos on television. At the time, we had videos on television, right? And I used to watch those and practice the dances. And we had people that had moved in from a different town. And they love to have parties. Their parents, don't tell anybody in it, but their parents were working a lot. So the kids, it was 3 kids in this family, and they were very close in age, all in high school, one in junior high school, the others in high school. But yeah, exactly, don't tell. But they had parties all the time, and they lived right across the street from me. So it was easy for me to be able to go to the parties and then run back home if I needed to, because they were right across the street. But they always had these parties. And they used to do these dance battles. So I used to practice at home in the mirror so I could do these dance battles at these parties. Talk about thriving and having fun. So I wish we could bring those back because, I look at some of the things that the kids are doing now. They don't even really dance at their parties anymore. But those were the days, right, where we just had some good, clean fun and we had these dance battles. That's right. That's right. Diva in the house. And I used to love the challenge. Okay, so I'm really competitive, guys, right? So I used to love to challenge the guys because I just felt like, if I challenge the guys, then it just means something, right? I don't know, call me crazy. But I just love to challenge the guys at dance battles, at these house parties. But we had the most amazing time. So have fun, do things that you can remember doing as a kid that you really loved, that are just going to keep you thriving and keep you vibrant. And I'm going to keep mentioning those. It's like a couple of things: thrive, vibrancy and vitality. Those are the things that you want to implement in your life and do the things that help you to get there. So, of course, I love to mention the things that you can eat and drink and exercise, but, life is so much fun when you're doing the things that you really enjoy. Yes, thrive, vibrancy, and vitality. That is what life is all about. If you can do those things, if you can make sure that you have those things in your life, it's going to be easier for you to be productive in your business or at your job. It's going to be easier for you when it comes to your relationships and having great relationships with your friends, your family, and your significant other. It's going to be easier for you to do the things that you need to do to take care of yourself as well. And when you get up in age, right, if you're not like I am, or if you're past me, but if you have some vibrancy and vitality in your life and you are thriving in your life, then you can do the things like what Martha just did, Sports Illustrated cover at 81 years old, because that's the way you're feeling in your life. So, life is not over until it's over, so live every day and every moment focused on thriving and having vibrancy and vitality in your life. Yes, I love that. Arrange a photo shoot just for fun and play with it. Have fun with it. I was doing a photo shoot. I was in St. Louis, Missouri back in February. And I was speaking at an event, and I met a young man who was a photographer on Clubhouse. Actually met him on Clubhouse, had never seen him before, but always came into in a community, excuse me, that I was affiliated with. So I felt like I knew this young man. So at any rate, he came to the hotel that I was at, because I was like, since I'm coming to your area, I want to set up a photo shoot, and I want to do a photo shoot with you. And I had seen some of his pictures. They were absolutely amazing. So I'm like, I'm going to do this and have fun doing it. So I set up that photo shoot. I went out there, and he brought his family, his wife and his daughter came with him to the shoot. His wife was absolutely amazing, just resonated with her completely. His daughter was beautiful. I had the best time doing this photo shoot. And one of the young ladies who was also speaking at the event that I was speaking at came by because we were on a break from the actual conference itself at the time that I decided to do the shoot. And she came by and she said to me, she's like, I got a little trick for you, because I'm shy, but not shy, but I'm not really usually focused on taking pictures of myself. I like to do that of other people. So she's like, I got a little trick for you. And she's like, when you're looking to smile for the picture, before you do, just go, yes. I had so much fun with that. Yes, I'm an extroverted introvert. I absolutely am. I had so much fun with that, though, just doing that. Yes, because it gave me some confidence, and it just made me feel fun and silly at the same time, but confident and sexy also. I absolutely had fun with it. So she gave me a great idea. Even the photographer was like, I'm going to use that for other shoots. When people feel shy and they don't really know what to do, I'm going to tell them to do that too. So my pictures came out great, by the way. So just wanted to mention that. So a photo shoot is a way for you to really have some fun and get some vibrancy in your life and just enjoy it. And when you do, just make sure you say, yes, say that to yourself and smile and take your photo shoot. So I just enjoyed that. So I wanted to talk a little bit about that. But let's get into also how you can combine life, because most people, they say that they don't have time, for the things that help keep them vibrant. And why is that? Why don't we have time? I was in that position too. I was in corporate America, and it was pre-cancer, and I didn't have time for anything. That's what I thought, right? Not true. Right? You have time for whatever you make time for. But at that time, I thought I didn't have time because I was, commuting back and forth to New York City, and I was a mom, and I was just thinking, I don't have time to take care of myself. And I didn't even feel like I needed to, because I felt like I was healthy. I thought I was healthy, even though my stress levels were up here. You can't even see my hand anymore. That's how much stress I had on me. But I still thought that I was healthy. And there's a question that someone on Instagram posted. It's another coach, and I reposted it, and I continue to talk about this because the question was, are you healthy or are you just not sick? And that question really resonates with me. Now, I didn't see this question until, post-cancer, but it resonates with me so much because at the time before cancer, I wasn't healthy, but I also was not sick. And I didn't know I wasn't healthy until I got cancer. So you want to make sure that you are being intentional about living healthy. That's how you get to the old age that we're talking about, right? We're talking about living healthy and having that fun and fitness and vibrancy and living at any age. Well, you get to that age because you're intentional about living healthy. And I don't want you out there to get to a diagnosis like I did or like Reggie did, because he mentioned that he is also a cancer survivor. We don't want you to get to that point. We want you to catch it before you have to get to some diagnosis of some illness, be it heart disease or diabetes or cancer. We don't want you to get there. So if you're intentional every day about living healthy, you heard Martha Stewart on that video. She was talking about doing the Pilates and eating well and taking care of her skin. And that's intentionality. And that's how you get to live that vibrant lifestyle and do those photo shoots and have fun with it, or not have any joint pain or back pain or knee pain or head pain or any kind of pain, and really live because you're being intentional about taking care of yourself. So of course, I can talk at you all day about the food and the exercise, but what are you doing to say, I'm going to make the time? I'm going to put myself on my schedule. If you go by schedules and you have to have everything written on a calendar, time slotted by time slot, put yourself on your calendar. You are so worth it, right? So do that. Be very intentional about taking care of yourself. So when it comes to, when you need to prep your meals or plan your meals, if you're the calendar person, put it on your calendar. If you're not the calendar person, just do it, right? Like Nike says, just do it. Look, I gotta turn the other way. Got a Nike jacket on today, but Nike says, just do it. Just do it. You want to make sure that you're putting the time in for yourself to make sure that you can just live healthy and be able to do the things that you truly want to do in life. So, if it seems grueling to say, I got to meal prep and I got to exercise, think about how much better you're going to feel when you're like, I got to go on vacation and you're doing it healthy and you're able to go and have fun and not be in pain. Why? Because you took that intention to meal prep, to exercise, to celebrate yourself, to express your gratitude, to live healthy, to cleanse, to do all of those things that take the intention to live healthy so that you can get to that vacation, or, you can go play ball with your kids, or whatever it is that makes you happy, that you really want to do, that you really desire to do. Well, if you set the intention to live healthy, you're gonna do those other things without worry, without concern, with peace, with joy. And you're not going to have to feel any pain physically. Your stress levels are going to be lower because you're doing the things that are going to help you live, thrive, be vibrant, and have that vitality, as we mentioned earlier. So I want to take another quick commercial break, and then we're going to come back and we're going to close this show out. When we are talking about just living at any age, we're going to talk about that. I want to go into my 93-year-old grandma a little bit more because, there's something to be said about a woman who's still, very cognizant, mentally very aware, and who's physically mobile, and who's still exercising in her own way, and who lives unapologetically. So we're going to come back and talk about that before we close out the show. Here we go. Hey, I'm dancing again. And we are back. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit more about that unapologetic lifestyle. And, I'm going to reference my 93-year-old grandmother and even Betty White again. But I just wanted to talk to you about, just doing it your way, for one. So my grandmother is very intentional about doing it her way, right? It doesn't have to look like anybody else, but she's out on her porch in the mornings when the weather permits her to be, and she does her stretches. She does like these arm exercises, stretches her legs. And then when the weather permits, also she's out and she's taking a walk a few blocks and then coming back. But she does that intentionally because she understands what it means to keep her body in motion, to be able to, live healthy and have that vibrancy. And I feel like that has a lot to do with your mentality too, and being able to preserve your mental health as well, to continue to be cognizant. That's right. Stretching, walking, and sunshine makes a big difference. And sunshine is actually very healing too. But I wanted to just talk about that mental piece of it also. When you are keeping your body in motion and when you're intentional about taking care of yourself, you also preserve your mental health as well. And I wanted to talk a little bit about doing it your way. So I had a client come to me one day and she's like, I can't get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to go work out. And I thought, well, Who said you had to? Right? You don't have to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I know there's a lot of gurus out there. There's a lot of people out there that say, you got to rise at 5 o'clock in the morning and you should, drink your water and work out. But it does not have to look like somebody else's plan. Your plan needs to work for you. So if you're trying to make your plan fit the guru's plan, and I'm just using that as an example, whoever you've heard out there on social media, it will not work. And you won't have that vitality and that vibrancy because it doesn't work for your schedule and it doesn't work for your lifestyle. Do it your way. The key to being able to live vibrant and have some vitality is when you can be intentional about your own schedule and doing it how it works for your lifestyle and you and your family. So it does not need to look like anybody else's plan. My grandmother gets out there when it works for her. When the sun is shining, when the weather is good, and when she feels like it, that's when she does it. But she keeps herself in motion. And her time of day, it varies, right? Because of course, at 93, she's not working anymore. So her time of day may vary, but she still gets out there and she does it. So that's what I want you to get into your own headspace, right? Think about what works for you. You don't have to do it anybody else's way. I can tell you, I thought about that 5 o'clock in the morning thing too when I first started this wellness journey, because I was also listening to a lot of the gurus out there who said that, you need to get up at 5, you need to rise at 5, and you need to do this at 5. Well, that's it. 5 o'clock in the morning didn't work for me. It doesn't work for me. So I make sure, especially, I have a child who's in school. And so I go either to the gym or work out at home after I drop my son off at school, because that's when I'm getting up and I'm getting out. And I was like, me to get out at 5 o'clock in the morning, then have to rush back to make sure that he gets out. It doesn't work for our schedule. So I don't like the way that looks and I don't like the way it feels, right? I'd rather do something else at 5 or stay in the bed, right? Until 6 and then get up and do what I need to do. So your plan does not have to look like anybody else's. I would just say, just make sure you're getting it done for you in the way that you need to. If you need help with that, I'm here to help you. I can help you plan out your schedule, plan out your life so that you can live intentionally healthy and implement some wellness in your life, but wellness that fits your own lifestyle. So wanted to mention that as well. Yes, remember the habit stack. Absolutely. So we talked yesterday on FemTalk about the habit stacking. So I'm going to give you some habit stacks that I use that you can implement in your own life. But again, don't make it look my way, do it your way. But you can implement your own habit stack. So I do a workout and a worship. So when I'm in the gym, I got my headphones on, I got my gospel music on, I am praising the Lord, and I'm working out at the same time. Workout and worship. That's what I do because that's what I love. It keeps me happy. It helps to just decrease the stress levels. I'm not paying attention to anybody in the gym. I'm doing my thing and praising God at the same time. So that's one habit stack that I do. And those are two things that I get done at one time because I've learned how to habit stack, right? Because worship is important to me. So I do those together. So the other thing I do is I like nourishment in a book. So I like to eat fruit and read. I'm getting in some nourishment and I'm feeding my mind at the same time. Another habit stack. Another one is water and a walk, or as I like to do, green juice and a walk. So you can drink your green juice or drink your water, take a walk. Again, you're getting in the nourishment and you're actually moving your body and keeping your body in motion, getting that fitness in. And then the other one that me and my son are implementing is jumping jacks with Jordan. So I get to spend time with my son and I get to get some exercise in at the same time. So you can implement your own habit stacks, whatever that is for you. That's right. Jumping jacks with Jordan. I think, I'm going to talk to my son about doing a June challenge. Yeah. And I got to think about what I want the increments to be. But every day we're going to do jumping jacks every day, and we're going to increase them every day for June. Now, we started off saying 20, but if we do 20 and increase 20 every day, that's going to be 600 jumping jacks. 30 days in June. That's going to be 600 jumping jacks. So I don't know if he's going to go for that one, but we're going to, yeah, exactly. Exactly. But we'll figure out what the increment needs to be and do jumping jacks in June. But, figure out what that is for you. Figure out the things that you like doing and the things that you need doing and combine them so that, that time that you said you don't have, you got time now because you're putting those habits together. A 50 a day keeps the doctor away. Yeah, I like that too. But I wanted to incrementally increase it. So I'll have to figure out what that's going to be because I want to challenge my body. So I want to increase them because if I do 50 a day, my body's already used to that. You know what I mean? So I want to be able to increase it and challenge myself and progress throughout the time that we do the challenge. So we'll figure out what that is. Yeah, you can add some weight as well. And that's also great. To add some weight, add some resistance bands, whatever that is, to give yourself a little bit more resistance. So we'll figure out what that is. And I'll let everybody know. So anybody who wants to join the challenge with us, you do it, put it on the Whole Living Show page. Show us that you're doing the challenge. We would love to go on this journey with you. And we'll start posting some videos on the show page of the jumping jack challenge. We could do this for June and start posting some videos there. And I hope that everybody will join us and start to post some videos in the comments as well as you are doing the challenge. So anybody out there who wants to join the jumping jack challenge with us, put your name in the comments and say jumping jacks, and I will reach out to you on the show page personally because I would love for you to join us on the journey and we can stay in contact through the show page. That would be amazing. So yes, thewholelivingshow.com. We would love to see you right here on our Facebook show page or on our YouTube show page as well. Stay in contact with us. All right. So this has been another amazing episode of The Whole Living Show. I thank you for joining me. I want you guys to remember to do the things that are going to help you thrive, have some vibrancy and vitality in your life. It's about living. It's about living unapologetically at any age. So wherever you are in life, whatever age you're at, you can start right now to implement those things that are going to give you the 3 things that I mentioned. And I'll say it again, for you to thrive, for you to have vibrancy, and for you to have vitality in your life. And there's a song out there. And because, of course, there's copyright rules, right? So forgive me if I sing it, but, listen, there's a song out there by Lizzo, and it goes, in case nobody told you today, you're special. And it goes, I will always love you the same. You're special. So I want you all to know out there that you are special at any and every age. So take care of your special self. If you consider yourself, I want you to wake up and tell yourself every day, I'm special. Listen to that Lizzo song. Remind yourself of who you are and how special you are, and think about that when it is time for you to implement the things that are going to allow you to live unapologetically and take care of yourself so that you can have that vibrancy, vitality, and you can thrive in your life each and every day. I appreciate you all for being here. I love you, and I hope you join us again next week on The Whole Living Show at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Take care, everybody.